If you're watching this, you're literally 1 in 2 billion people. Thank you for clicking on my video, like and subscribe.
Oh, she's loose.
So in part 1 and 2, we got the main fence put together between our property and our neighbor's property. The last bit of fence I needed to install was right here at our vehicle entry gate. Our telephone pole gate post was only about 7 feet tall, so I needed to make an angled cut for the first cut to get started. I knew I was going to have some extra 2x4, so I let the ends run wild so I could come back later and cut them flush. I'm using a countersink drill bit here to later install the 3-inch deck screws to the top rail of fencing. So for the next board, I ended up putting it right in the middle so that I could attach it to that other post as well. But later on I go back and redo it because I wanted the 4 rails to line up with each other on the other side of the fence. Here I am using a 4-foot level to mark a plumb line on the rails, cutting them so the fence extends slightly past the gate hinge. Huh? You found a squirrel leg? Really good eye to find that. Good find. I thought it was a whole squirrel. Here's where I figured out I just wanted to make them all go rail to rail instead of in the odd fashion I was doing it before. Pre-drilling some more holes, getting it level, sinking it into the rail. Time to trim it all flush, even the gate post. Look out, Woody, I'm about to cut. This old treated power pole was some of the nastiest sawdust I have ever smelled.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Cut it all to pieces. That's why I don't want to see the dead rabbit.
Is that getting all dusted?
So you ran over a rabbit.
I ran over a rabbit? When?
With the lawnmower.
I ran over a rabbit with a lawnmower?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what that little squirrel hand was. Was actually a rabbit's hand.
And that's who's been
then
living
we
in the high
found
tunnel.
The rest of the rabbit.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't Paula's cats. It was the lawnmower.
You want to see the dead rabbit now?
Oh. Oops. Yeah, rabbits in the tall grass.
Bad one. Don't touch it.
Should we put them in our compost?
Yes.
All right. How about that cut? Decent. More picketing, and I couldn't quite figure out how I wanted to make this cut. If I would have had more hands, I would have done a chalk line, just snapped it and then cut. I tried to use fence post as a guide at first, but it did not work. So I just ended up tracing with the pencil and coming back and cutting it flush. All right, I think that's good enough for me. Decent. This fence project has taken me about 7 full days. That's 8 or 10 hour days. and just working solidly at it. I think filming probably added a little bit to that, not a whole lot. That's about what you can expect for about 300 feet of board-on-board, 8-foot picket fence. Time to load the old fence onto my father-in-law's trailer to get it ready to go to the dump. After taking a couple loads, I realized I needed to add my box blade as a counterweight. Well, my greenhouse got a nasty rip in it this winter, so I decided to use the piece that was ripped as a tarp. It wasn't quite big enough, so I decided to put another tarp on top. Can't have too many to go to the local dump. They require tarps. Today's the eclipse day of the eclipse, lunar, whatever. And it's probably about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna try to head to the dump. Let's get this project wrapped up. I got a cold. I got a little sinus cold. Kid's been having it all week and finally came around my way. Away she goes. Pull up at the weigh station at the landfill. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna be wishing I would have borrowed a dump trailer by the end of this. But you let me borrow it for free, so.
Hello.
Can't beat free. And now I just need to convince Tracy to buy a dump trailer and then we'd be doing all the good. You can see the compost operation over that way. This guy let me borrow his push broom, so I went ahead and helped him for just a little bit. It was work. You can feel it. There's all sorts of excuses for you to not do your work today. You know, you can be sick, you could not sleep well the night before. The right thing to do is get it done. Gorham. 101.40. That's the most I've ever spent here. It's 10:30. That took about an hour at the dump. That project's done. I just have to paint the fence. Let it flip it, it's gonna wet those electronics. Nice garden over here, garlic. Lots of garlic, some beets.
Breaking this super duper serious safety rule is enough to make my hydrogen gas sizzling. But that's not even all in the way. First, moon will change my shape for hours during the day. Shadows will start to look strange. Then there will be an odd glow and a sunset from every direction. Ooh, it will look like disappear.
I'm doing a video. It's okay, baby. It's an eclipse. Is that a star over there? Is that what you were talking about? You see the star? Wow. Oh, it's coming back.
Time went by that fast, and I didn't even realize it.
What do you think? Was that cool?